Welcome to Volume 4 of my series covering Disco Elysium's coolest hidden secrets. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to catch up on the first 3 videos and all the other cool content on the channel. The video description has links to playlists covering secrets, max stats videos, the podcast, and more. Now without further ado, let's peel back some more of Elysium's layers and reveal some hard to find content from the game. The fruits of fascism. It is widely known in the disco fandom that being a fascist in the game requires players to break the ultimate taboo, disappointing Kim. So naturally there are many parts of the fascist political vision quest which are unseen by a huge majority of the community.
Fascism, Brota. Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revachel's problems? Yes, them, but also Women. Women, men of war. You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen.
The Icebreaker achievement on Steam, for example, has only been achieved by 0.6% of players. So aside from being really racist, misogynistic and stuck in the past, what are the rewards of fascism? Well, there are a few interesting scenarios. The racist lorry driver, for example, is arguably the least redeemable personality in the game, and that is compounded even further if you return to him once you've committed to fascism. If you're generally not keen on the fascist ideology, this is a great opportunity to see a very pathetic version of one. You see, this lorry driver is filled with so much bitterness because in the lottery of genetics, he didn't get a whole lot of favourable traits for the ladies. And naturally over time, this racist incel has concluded it's the fault of cultural and biological influences of immigrants or minorities. The truth is, there's somebody for everybody, but being an eternally bitter racist who hates everyone will no doubt significantly reduce your options.
That's the question, isn't it? People think you and me got it so easy, but the reality is it's fucking hard to be a regular guy these days.
Is he serious right now? The rumbling in your stomach says there's something not quite right with this one.
You know, I get funny looks from people all the time. I know they're looking at my gut. I can see that. Big fucking deal. A guy put on a little weight. Who cares?
Alert. We detect major body image disturbance. He's really got himself worked up now. Dangerous stores of pent-up emotion there. He grinds a cigarette butt into the pavement and quickly lights another. In reality, there is no culture war, but there is a struggle for mating privileges. Always has been. And this man is outgunned and completely ill-equipped for this conflict. This really isn't about you right now. It starts with the genetic lottery. A few are born handsome, imposing giants, while most, like this guy, are just average. The less fortunate have an underdeveloped limb, a sense missing, or worse. Only the most average survive extinction-level events. That's a known fact. But there's a lot one can do with average, and this guy hasn't. Now past his prime, it's unlikely he ever will. While others dominate the killing fields, he will sink to the bottom of the mating pool. It's his defeatist, self-pitying mentality, a sense that the world owes him a mate because he perceives himself to be a good guy.
That's not an issue, however, for the prime of masculinity, Measurehead. An unfaltering and committed race theorist, Measurehead operates on a different level to Mr. Lorry Driver. Measurehead represents a confident fascist, similar to those on Twitter, citing sources such as "trust me bro" and "I do my own research." Presented to a moron, the information he relays would sound like a well-thought-through scientific conclusion on what each ethnicity's ranking is in the world, but, quite frankly, most of it is representative of nonsense pseudoscience craniology. The fascinating secret with Measurehead, however, isn't that he's racist. That's pretty damn obvious. But if you pursue the fascist quest and speak to him about turning back time, you can eventually work out through discussing women, he'll open up to you quite a bit. That's where he takes you into the office adjacent to the harbour, where he will tell you all about his devoted love for his mother, the conflicting relationship with his father, and in great detail will tell you about the benefits of semen retention. Yes, that's right, Measurehead is a member of a semen retention society.
No, I am not. Poopa. I belong to the SRS, and voluntary offspring production, chimeric or regular, is not an issue for me.
Semenese race scientists. Street racing syndicate. Is it some kind of performance enhancement supplement?
The Semen Retention Society. It does not surprise me that you know nothing about it. Masturbateurs Anonymous is probably an organization you're more familiar with. The SRS is a closed group of strong-willed individuals who have dedicated themselves to building up strategic semen reserves. It takes iron will and razor-sharp focus, far beyond your spiritual potential.
An enormous expenditure of willpower to build up strategic semen reserves. You had me at willpower. Let's do it. Life is all about pleasure. Why deny it?
This is an oversimplification, but yes. It's nothing to be proud of, Poopa. Hysterical masturbation is but one of the many illnesses of Occidental civilization. We are life. Life is sexuality. Sexuality in competition with sexuality. The sexuality of other organisms. The point of any competition is to win. The future. In a biological sense, the man whose essence, whose genetic blueprint is passed on to the most hosts, down to the most generations, fulfills his biological purpose to the greatest extent. This is the love victory.
What about the Semen Retention Society? He's right. Everything's a contest, and only the shiftiest competitors win.
Semen Retention Society. I told you, this is a simplification. Climax is not required for victory. In fact, it is discouraged. A true man retains his essence. It is far more masculine to pass on a blueprint of your mind and your spirit than your flesh. Women give birth to flesh, and men give birth to spirit. Spirit is immortal.
He has a point. While an idea is born potentially immortal, flesh is always doomed to die. Spirit is housed in flesh. No one cares about your fancy ideas if you're getting beaten up behind a bar.
Your agreement means nothing to me. You're a man defeated by love. It is plain to see. It is in your face, in your voice, in your heart. Love takes courage. You did not have enough. You had a little, too little. That is why we are in my mother's office. You have come to me, seeking wisdom in the sexual arts. Do not waste this opportunity on sycophantic personality mirroring. It will serve you poorly in the great war of love.
If you follow through the entire fascist political vision quest, you'll eventually have a conversation with yourself in the mirror, where you will determine you are the icebreaker. Your portrait will change to a more groomed, dignified and constipated Harry, and relaying the news of your newly discovered self to Kim yields fantastic results.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is. A regular, clean-shaven police officer. It's time. Time to see yourself as you truly are. It's going to be absolutely devastating, but there's no way to avoid it. It's time you knew the truth, brother. Love, time, river call. It's all shit. All of it. Especially love, brother. Face it, no one's willing to make the sacrifices that are necessary, not in this day and age. Look deep inside yourself. You know it's true, because it hurts. Brother, you have succeeded. It takes a true Kingsman to summon the will to face reality in all its darkness, to stare straight into the abyss and do what must be done. There's a lever in front of you. Pull it, and atomic fire blankets your beloved Revocol. Millions die in an instant, but you are spared. You and the voice in the payphone. That voice, so warm and sweet. No, not the voice. Make it stop. While the world burns, the two of you, together again, ride an aerostatic into the sunset. Maybe it will work this time. Spare Revocol, and you'll never hear from her again. Will you sacrifice a second chance at love to keep Revocol safe? An involuntary twitch runs through your hand, almost like reflex. Fine. The three of you, all together, ride an aerostatic into the sunset. The question remains, will you sacrifice love to keep Revachol safe? You're a hard motherfucker. Tightness in gaseous form leaves your body. If we didn't know better, we'd say you enjoyed consigning your city to the flames. 9 million souls flicker out of existence. 16 if you include the greater metropolitan area. Enough. The Franco-Nigerian Court of Honor has held your naked soul up against the sevenfold sun miracle and looked right through it. Close your eyes and know this is who you are. You're tired, afraid, sad, hungry, and in pain. But most of all, confused, yet still like a tiny icebreaker, the tiniest boat in the fleet. You plow ever forward. Now, open your eyes and witness the small wonder. The HMS Modest Kingsman has left the docks. You are neither the greatest nor the strongest icebreaker on the seas, but you are what you are. It was time to banish that pitiful, sad look from your face and replace it with a perfect reflection of your unyielding resolve, your noble suffering. Maybe it will make you temptation-proof. So something good will come out of this at least. You are a terror, even to yourself. You plow your way toward the frigid lands of Gutla and Vasa, smashing every ice sheet in your path. Nothing can stop an icebreaker. It's a lot like the face a certain muscle man is making on that t-shirt you insist on carrying around. Never. May this serve as a constant reminder of your sacred, unputdownable burden. That's one way of saying that the nerve damage is quite severe. The only way you'll be able to change your face now is with your fingers. Now, shout from the top of your lungs. You are the noble sufferer. In a rundown shack on the far coast, a middle-aged man pounds his fists and looses an animal cry as he stares into a slither of clouded glass. From above the Bay of Revachol, a cold wind gathers in response. The people of the fishing village pull their coats and blankets tight about themselves. You step back from the mirror. A loose board creaks.
What happened to you?
Better keep the lieutenant in the dark about the whole icebreaker thing. He's not gonna get it.
You look different. Constipated somehow? Yes, your face. Looks like you're having a stroke. Can you even move it?
That's a negative, Lieutenant.
I just don't understand, officer. Please help me understand. And what is that? A walking mask? No, you are not. What you are is an officer of the Revachol Citizens Militia, conducting a murder investigation. No, but you see, you don't. You are not an icebreaker, or a firewalker, or even Tequila Sunset. Are you fucking insane? Don't answer that, and stop doing it. Let's go.
The lieutenant's command instantly lets all the wind out of your sails, like he overrode your mind or flicked some secret master switch. Suddenly, the whole icebreaker concept seems just lame.
Detective Cuno. In a similar vein to the secrets hidden within fascism, this one does require trust levels with Kim to be at rock bottom. During the tribunal, you have an opportunity to warn Kim about an incoming shot. Most people save scum this or do anything in their power to ensure there is a positive outcome for Kim. But if you don't, he will of course be incapacitated for the rest of the game. Enter Detective Cuno. Yes, that's right, the newest addition to the ranks of Super Cop is our potty-mouthed scouse friend. Cuno has complete respect for you now. He knows what went down at the tribunal, and you're now the baddest cop in the land as far as he is concerned.
To the hospital, fucktard! Should I to keep up with Cuno? They say you got a lot of people killed, like half the town. They say you didn't do shit. I guess that's cool, so I thought I'd stick around.
He'll help you with a ballistics analysis on the roof.
This window is pristine.
Oh, Cuno knows this shit. Ballistic shit, science radio shit.
He'll meet you on the island using his awesome pig boat.
Totally pig. Cuno's in the same shit every time he's coming off speed. You need to medicate that shit.
He'll confide in you about burying the hatchet with Cuno S.
Cuno doesn't want to talk about this shit.
That is a look of a man who knows he'll be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life.
That toxic shit's behind Cuno now.
He'll be there for you when you wake up from the hellish nightmare with Dora.
Oh, there, man. You've been squealing and thrashing around. Crazy. And now you're bleeding too? Again?
Then Detective Cuno will turn on the heat when interrogating the deserter.
Officer Cuno's got his keel A9 pointed at your fucking head, and he is gonna blow it clean off if you don't drop your weapon right now!
Lose his shit at the sight of the Insulindian phasmid.
Everybody does! It's the fucking Insulindian phasmid!
Most of all, When faced with your colleagues and their damning assessment of your ability to function as a human being, Cuno starts to care at maximum velocity.
Yo, I'm gonna stop you right there, fuckface. It's Cuno time.
That's it. The cavalry has arrived.
No, you've explained enough, pig. Cuno takes care of this shit now.
There is no challenging the fury the kid is about to unleash.
First of all, yo, those guys were all f***ed. The guys in the armor, f***ed. The Union guys, f***ed. So yeah, suck Cuno's dick. You don't know me. You don't know what happened here. You don't know this shit. Automatic fucking weapons. Urban battleground shit. Battle lines drawn in blood. Blood meridian. You don't know this shit. Now, Cuno wasn't there. Right, you getting this? Cuno was breaking it up with Cuno's main bitch, see? Parting of the ways shit. But when Cuno got there, Pig had fucking cleaned up. Blood and ruin. Smoked all those dinky fuckers. Saved this shit. Martinet shit. I see he's mourning and shit. His main pig got semi-wasted. Sent to the boo-boo-mobile. Cuno steps up. Cuno fucking fills those shoes. Big boy shoes. Detective Cuno.
He comes to a sudden, abrupt stop.
The dirty electrochemistry. This final one is a secret of such high qualification for this video that Robert Kurwitz himself believes it is the most hidden in the game, even citing he believed it may have been removed due to it being quite racy. If you access the rooftop of the Whirling in Rags via the steel blue door in the kitchen, you will proceed through the upper floor corridor and notice footprints as well as a small peephole in the wall to Clash's room. At this point it will only be remarked upon and not followed up. However, if you speak to Clashia about the night of the lynching, you'll be able to trigger a passive electrochemistry check if you choose to go back through that secret passage. You then have a series of electrochemistry passives which ascend in difficulty, going 6, then 8, then 10. So it's very difficult to trigger them all. Maybe you saw one of them, maybe all. Either way, I think this is a great example of the excellent layering to checks in the game, which was always by design to ensure players were being surprised no matter what build they chose.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions. You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural. If your mesolimbic reward pathway were to venture a guess, one of the bottles is probably being put somewhere it doesn't belong. And were your glands to venture another guess, they would add to that another bottle is being put somewhere very close to that. The bottle is a bit smaller, you see. Also, you can literally put speed up your asshole. Did you know? Enters the bloodstream right through the mucous membrane. So yeah, that's definitely also taking place.